Greetings everyone, this is Sailor the Terror of Death 99, aka the Black Cobra, and I'm back for some more of Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. Now, time for a quick old recap as to what happened yesterday. We actually found out that Maya has actually been arrested again. She was actually arrested and actually charged with the murder of the High Priest. And of course, I do not believe that. I don't think she actually would even commit any murder at all. I'm definitely not buying that. One moment, everyone. Just gotta check something real fast. Then we'll continue. Okay, let's continue, shall we? There's Princess Rayfa. Know this, Aliba. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep. I wish you'd stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash. Please forgive me your benevolence. Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man. Now, I trust him as a lawyer. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of his failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions there, Aliba? What have you heard about the rebel hunter that was in the newspaper? Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira. So they're treating this rebel hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh? People have been on edge recently, well, with the jailbreak and stuff. Sure hope they can catch the escaped prisoner soon. Whoa, escaped prisoner. So he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured. So there's a hardened criminal on the loose? That is bad news. Yes, but the modern day Lady Kira is also super amazing. She takes down big scary rebels all by herself. Yeah, that's not exactly something that just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. What about that escaped prisoner, Oliba? So what's this escaped prisoner supposed to be like? They say he's a vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man. Dirk isn't the leader of the rebel group? Yes, the escapee serves as a dreadful master of the Defiant Dragons. They say the prisoner is a former soldier, that he wields a big scary knife. The High Priest was killed with a knife. Rumor has it he's a cold-blooded killer to boot. He sounds like a really dangerous man. He is, but the police still can't find him even after an exhaustive search. Wait, I remember hearing about a prison that was on top of the mountain. Rayfa stated that there's a prison at the apex of this mountain. A prison way up there? The prison on top of the Inner Sanctum mountain, right? How did he even break out? No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I'd like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again. Terrible incident? What was that about a terrible incident, Oliba? Him before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. Whoa! And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. Previous queen was assassinated? That's kind of unsettling. It's a terrible deed of a heinous sinner. May take the life of such a gentle queen. Only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that. They really take their queen seriously here. Like God-worshipping level serious. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one. Those Defiant Dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next. So that's why the people of Korean are so afraid of that escapee. And why they want the rebel hunters to take him out, along with the other rebels. So is there anything else you can tell me about the rebel hunter, Lady Kira, Aliba? The hell? Looks almost like an arrow. Actually, no. It looks like a... It looks like a spear. It is an arrow. I thought so. Feeling better now, Your Benevolence? Very well. It's very much one of the, like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira once used in battle. A three-pronged arrow? Could have sworn I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shado find it, Aliba? Near the High Priest's house, huh? Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells you I better look into this. Resembles the three-pronged arrows once used by Lady Kira, discovered near the High Priest's home. Aliba, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house? Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira on the purification rite. I should probably talk to her too. Alright. High Priest's house. So this is where the High Priest lived. Wait a minute. This is where they brought me when my back gave out. That woman in front of that altar. She must be the High Priest's wife. Excuse me. Someone to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her? Please, be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. he's talking with his funeral picture. Simply speaking with him. So, your benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode? So I was investigating your husband's death. And I'm watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence. I know this must be difficult, but can I ask you some questions, please? A good friend of mine has fallen under this suspicion, you see. Yes. That's correct. Can't say I blame her. High Priest and his wife are one of the closest and most loving couples in Korean. Very well. She did just lose the lover of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. I need to talk to her. I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's that arrow that Aliba found near the house. It's too much I need to find out for me to leave just yet. Would it be okay if I sit here for a little while? Look, your benevolence. I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she does not change her mind. Poured salt on an open wound. Something I did not want to do. I was just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt High Priest's wife. Yes. But I'm also desperate for information. Pass the time by looking around the room, I guess, and see if she changes her mind. Guess I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rayfa gets mad at me. See what we got here. Looks like a wastebasket. It's an envelope sticking out. 3 holes in a row at the top. Wait a sec. I've seen something like that before. Right there. That's gotta be the same thing. Same thing that's in the envelope. No. What does this say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do. To the high priest. Now keep your words of wisdom in mind, your benevolence. I should have studied some Pyrenees before I came. So the envelope was addressed to the high priest, huh? But it's empty. So there's something about it, I better hang on to it. An envelope addressed to the high priest. There is no return address and 3 unusual looking holes are punched into it. Ah, an altar. 'Tis magnificent. You see that faceless creature there? No. It will not happen again. Depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Puritanism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like. That includes the members of the royal family. That is a very unusual custom. It's gotta be one hell of a secret. Even the royal family doesn't know what she looks like. Or can know, for that matter. It's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's talking about. That's Arabelle, senior member of insurgent leadership and former paratrooper of a... Whoa! Looks like he's got a bounty on him. Of a foreign land. Wanted for crimes against the kingdom. Considered armed and dangerous. So he's ex-military, huh? His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once. One poster describing the escaped prisoner mentions a sizable reward. Something wrong? $3 million. Money that comes out of the people's tax payments. Seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare. Anya has always taught me that Kingdom said, do not value their people, come to ruin. That's really true. As Crown Princess, it is only natural that I come care for my people. Well, it's worth a shot. Mess around with a lot of things. Poster of the mountains? Ah, the Inner Sanctum Mountain. It's featured against the other towering peaks. The roof of Korean. Ah, and I see they've even included Pony Pony. That poster. Is that the s'more peak to the left? Notice the little sanctum. It's just west of the inner sanctum. Is it not also beautiful? Indeed it is. Oh, I can perceive such beauty. I do find it quite beautiful. Don't want to mess around with the television, but we'll take a look. So what's this? Ah, the Poon Punisher. Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Second game I've actually read the word Poon. The other one being Final Fantasy VI. Based on Lady Kiran is the #1 action hero show in Korean. The Poon Punisher, Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Entirely original show created right here in our Not so sure about the originality, given its overall look and that theme song. Well, it's just we have an action hero show back here that's really similar to this. Oh, you guys listen to this for a moment. I'm sure you can guess what that's from. That would be Silver Samurai. I'm guessing this show is why Maya's so into Akira. Steel Samurai, yep. Or the Silver Samurai. Honestly, this theme song is exactly the same as the one from Maya's favorite show. Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. The popular action hero series filmed right in LA. Now, before we continue, there's one thing I should mention. Now, I mentioned a while back that there's actually an anime of Phoenix Wright. It actually features about the first 3 Phoenix Wright games. Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations. It actually features the Steel Samurai as well. However, the anime actually takes place in Japan, not the US. Set in a city known as Neo Old Tokyo, it pits the Steel Samurai in a Mortal Kombat against his nemesis, the evil magistrate. Maya's collected DVDs and merchandise from that series as long as I've known her. The Boom Punisher seems awfully familiar to the Steel Samurai. Yes, Sir Benevolence. Note to self, never suggest that again. See what we have here. Ah, it looks like an orb. Piece of art, perhaps? Ah, indeed. Tis a beautiful orb. Very well. Did you spot something? I see a Steel Samurai bag. Let's see what we have here. The steel samurai patch on this bag. Guess the bag must be Maya's. She probably left it here while she was performing that rite. Wonder if she'll ever open up. Indeed. I do believe. Mrs. Emmy and me. Do you think you're ready to talk? Well, I'll take you up in your generous offer. Very well. Do you have an idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately? I don't recall anything of the sort. Did anybody have a grudge against him? He's the kind of man I want to peace. I don't do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him. He's... Whoa! She's lying! Psychox! She's trying to hide something from me. The Magatama that Maya gave me all those years ago. It has a really amazing power. It reacts when someone is hiding something. It allows me to see the Cyclops that are holding that person's mind shut. Whenever I see any, I only have to present the Magatama to try and unlock them. Unlocking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone. Let's see what we got here. She is indeed hiding something. Question is, what?
Take that!
The High Priest. Cyclops. They appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. That must mean that she thought of someone who just might have a grudge. Let's just stir the pot a little and see what happens. Mrs. Innie, I have an idea as to who your husband's real killer might be. No, it will not. It will not be Maya. No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. It was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her. Wait a minute. She's wearing a magatama. No, not of what you speak. Really? Because she even made the front page recently. I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I? Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill the High Priest.
Take that!
This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. This letter reached its intended recipient. Your husband, the High Priest, didn't it? Sorry, but I have evidence that proves this warning was meant for your husband. The envelope.
Take that!
It is an envelope addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? What nonsense is this? I don't think it's nonsense at all. How can you prove the warning that was delivered inside this envelope? There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second. Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter. Yes. The proof is right here on this warning letter. The spot on the warning letter proves that it was delivered in the envelope. The holes. The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up. As for what made the holes, I believe it was this. Right there. The arrow.
Take that!
Indeed. They were made by this arrow, one of the weapons feared by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow. Indeed. I thought so. Are you ready to tell me the truth now? You're not an insurgent. Then why did you keep it a secret? Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't. I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I could see how people might have at least suspected him. We are Kyrenius' kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Kyrenianism itself. Your husband was a devout priest of Kyrenianism, and you feared that his good name would be tarnished if the warning went public. That makes sense, but is that actually the honest truth? What if the High Priest really was a rebel? The rebel hunters would have had a motive to kill him. Still, it just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little bit more about the warning? It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke up that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed. The side of your bed? With the whole house locked up tight. And yet somebody still managed to slip in. It was so frightening. You didn't contact the police, did you? Because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel. That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe the High Priest would still be alive today. You're probably right. I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time. Your benevolence. You swiftly shine light upon the truth. Seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira. By doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. She is not a killer. That is the only logical conclusion. I am in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about the High Priest would be Maya. They might be done questioning her for now. By now. Maybe I'll stop at the detention center. Did something happen? Wright will be held at the palace. You will accompany me there at once. How wonderful for you. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor. I don't have much time left to investigate. So one charge of monitoring you must remain within my sight at all times. No. Arguing the point will probably just bring and make things worse for me. I better let her have her way this time. So she is the Queen of Korean. Very well. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. But what a terribly trying thing and time this must be for you. What do you believe? And my prayer could comfort your soul, and that are your duty to part husband. Nothing would ever please me more. Words are wasted on my humble husband and I. That is what I call a commanding presence. Yes, Your Eminence. I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I am humbled to bask in your... Now then, when you believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rayfa, you are to accompany us too. Prayer of Lament. Don't see how that'd be good. That'll do any good. Justice Minister Inga. Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. I am Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Yes. No way I brought my daughter down a peg or two. My daughter? What? He's Rayfa's father? Is Princess Rayfa's father? So he's Queen Garan's husband? The accused is a good friend of mine. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Mr. Inga? Minister Inga, I should say. Yes. That would be great. Well. The Queen and the Minister. Very well. I want to let you know that I will be the defense lawyer on this case as well. I didn't warn you. I only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. I don't buy that. It's gonna be different this time. I got Korean's top prosecutor on this one. I don't care who I go up against. I'm gonna prove my client innocent. Yes, I know about that. I have not forgotten about it. Defense Culpability Act. How could I forget? I don't plan on letting it come to that. Defense Culpability Act. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm going to enforce the thing. Started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsifying evidence. But started out to be quite handy, efficient even. Handy and efficient. Made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Grand Administration are gonna get just what they deserve. Especially those rebel scum. You can get away with that here? Act. So I don't want to hear any more about it. I can't defend my client unless I speak my mind. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, trick up my sleeve. I would watch it for you. So you got a defiant attitude like one of the dragon dupes. What? What? Orders of execution? Jeez. Maybe I am. I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. Your benevolence. Are you done with the right? So it's performed flawlessly. What he believed stayed behind to speak with her mother. I hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little. Yes. You could say that. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Seems Rayfa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let us go see if I can talk with Maya now. Are you okay, Maya? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence, but I do have a small lead. But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Doesn't seem like it. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. Princess Rayfa overheard me. What idiocy is that? High Priest a rebel? Alright. They're just raising the possibility. She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? She's unusually restless during the Wright. Kept glancing up at the sky. I had no idea why. I was restless and keep looking up at the sky, huh? That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? That's all I'm gonna learn about the High Priest right now. But there is one thing I should follow up on. I keep my spirit channeling a secret while I'm here. But why? With Princess Rayfa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier, why can't you tell anyone you're about to channel spirits? You're able to channel spirits. I heard. It's kind of a shock at first, though. In Curianism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the Queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. Spirit, I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority, then, in that sense. I can see why it would be looking bad. Why it would look bad if nobody from another country was able to do it as well. Spirit channeling in the Korean tradition was developed for a Koreanese style that was brought to the US via Japan. That's another thing I was mentioning. Another thing I should mention. Both Maya and her older sister, Mia, actually first learned how to learned about channeling spirits from their mother, Misty. Seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Koreanese. Maybe a quirk due to how our stars diverge, but I don't really know. So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Korean, It's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya. And I guess that makes Queen Garan and Princess Rayfa distant relatives of Maya? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. Let's see. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become a master. What is this qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and fail every time, and without fail every time. I can remember how my spirit channeling was always hit and miss. I only ever succeeded at about 30% of the time. And it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. Maya's cousin, Pearl, is actually more skilled than she is. So you can do it every time now? Whenever you want? Yep. Yes, I think. I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. Once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Going to ace that test and become the next master. Maya's the next big hope of Korean village. That's got to be quite a bit of pressure. So speaking of similarities, I noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on television earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. The Blue Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. A single person in Korean who knows about it. Hi, your benevolence, you're back. As a royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring her every movement. So I changed my mind, for in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Her sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. It's actually something I wanted to show off to both of you. Show off. Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Looks like the Plume Punisher. The Plume Punisher strap. especially made to promote the TV show. Now tell me you're a Poon Punisher fan, your benevolence. Right. I don't buy it. Sure, let's just leave it at that. So how did you get your hands on that, Maya? Find a kindred spirit and a Poon Punisher fan here in Korean. Result in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. By culture exchange, you mean swap TV show promo merchandise? Trade my Steel Samurai watch for the strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Koreanese friend was so happy I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even in Korean. You press a Magatama on her belt, plays the show's theme song. Sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. It is very similar. The folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tunes throughout. Indeed. Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go. That is very true. Some of yours just aren't as good as yours, Maya. Poon Punisher vs. Steel Samurai. Interesting. Let me pitch it. Go pitch it to some TV station when I get back home. Be a big hit. Benevolence? Well, if nothing else, talking about the Poon Punisher has, thankfully, seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. Anyway, try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? Leave tomorrow to me. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Alright, here we go. Okay, heading back to the temple. So we won't be back, won't be on till sundown. Ah, Liba. Pretty much. I think I go over what I've learned so far. Care to join me? Very well. Okay. First, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone who claimed to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? To solve that mystery, you can figure out a motive to threatening the High Priest. Might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on the lead. Pure speculation. Sadly, that's true. The warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. No, I will not do that, Rayfa. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence within the confines of the law. Because of my undying faith in my clients, that is a lawyer's greatest weapon. Nonsense, you say? I think not. Fine. As a royal priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are the very truth itself. I don't think so. Sure about that? No. Tomorrow I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Korean. I have to do this. I will do this! I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. we're not done yet, everyone. We're just getting started with this. Let's continue. I wasn't able to find any conclusive evidence yesterday, but if I can figure out Lady Kira's motive for threatening the High Priest, and maybe... there's Maya. Don't look so down, Maya. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. Rayfa? As I said yesterday, I am going to defend my client in court. Sure about that? Obeying the accused? I think not. I never claimed to be a miracle maker, but I am good at discovering the truth. Unlike miracles, the truth is always waiting to be found. Yes, I do say that. The truth. Sure about that? Last trial? I don't think so. I am gonna prove you're innocent, Maya. You'll see, after all, you'll have to introduce the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm, to the folks back home, right? Maybe a defendant this time. I'll be by your side like always. Thank you, Maya. This place is tough on lawyers. I'll need all the help I can get. Plus, it's always good to have you on the team. Well, it's time. Let's go. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Tis Prosecutor Salmani. It's very devout for a prosecutor. Your Honor. In addition to being the accused, she is also my assistant. Criminal, you say? I think not. Criminal does indeed make a fitting partner to a lawyer with a defiled soul. I don't think so. Yeah, well, bad-mouthing lawyer seems to be a custom of sorts here in Korean. Even more so to find you in the Hall of Justice once more. Cannot fathom why you would willingly risk your life in yet another trial. Answer is simple, Your Honor. I am a lawyer, and this is exactly what lawyers do. Also, to be frank, I'd rather be anywhere but here, right now. Foolishness, you say? We shall see. Prosecutor Sanmadi, are you ready to begin now? Very well. Prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. First, I promised you both this. Cast your wicked souls into the fires of hell. We shall see about that. Thus shall the soul of the victim attain salvation. I did not find that funny at all. I would expect nothing less of you, Prosecutor Samedi. I think I'll pass on the whole fire and brimstone deal. But I'm not surprised by your words or stance, considering what Apollo's told me about you. So it was you who instilled that putrid, oily guile within him? Yes, it was. And do you have a problem with that? Because I don't care if it was. I don't care if it was me or somebody else. Must his soul be lost to redemption? We shall see about that. We shall see about that. I'm afraid it will not be that easy. People say I never know when to give up. Nervous, Maya? Looks like it's been ages since we stood side by side like this in court. Don't worry. We haven't lost a case together yet. Now then, Prosecutor Samadi, will you please explain the case at hand? Very well. Of course, Your Honor. Let us begin the last rites of the victim. Maya Fey has been charged with the crime of murder. The victim of her heinous crime was the High Priest. He was conducting the purification rite when he was brutally slain. And the cause of death? Let us review the victim's autopsy report and the crime scene photo, shall we? The cause of death was blood loss from a stab wound delivered to the abdomen. The murder weapon was likely the Warbat dagger, which was used in the Wright. However, the weapon has yet to be found, though the scene was thoroughly searched. The sacred relic used as a tool of murder? The Holy Mother's wrath shall be most severe. The murder itself took place at the height of the purification rite. The accused had donned Lady Kira's sacred robes. And the victim was there to offer prayers as a high priest of Koreanism. During the rite, the victim and accused were the only two at the inner sanctum. Therefore, the only person who could have slain the victim is Maya Fey. I don't buy it. I must say, that does cast a great deal of suspicion upon the accused. Now then, allow me to submit this diagram of the crime scene as evidence in this case. Let's see what we have here. In Koreanism, slaying a priest is a sin most grave and dreadful. I would say slaying anybody is a sin most grave and dreadful, if you ask me. As such, Maya Fey's soul shall be plunged into the lowest level of hell. And here I thought the lowest level of hell was the hell of back pain. I don't remember killing anyone, and I do not have the dagger or anything like it. As my client stated, she has no memory of the event as described by the prosecution. But more importantly, she had no motive to kill the high priest in the first place. Objection! Nevertheless, the meaningless prattle of lawyers is utterly ineffectual here in the Hall of Justice. For all will be clear by her benevolence, Rayfa Padma Korean's insights. So it is, and so it shall be. The divination seances Wright reveals the truth for all to see. I disagree. Here we go again. Bailiff, please show in the royal priestess. Popular as ever, I see. Rest assured, good people of Korean, I will defeat this murderer and her abettor. They shall not escape on their Freedom Express today. We shall see about that. What a joy it is to have the Royal Priestess back in the Hall of Justice. May the Holy Mother grant us her divine favor. She sure looks pleased with herself. Especially for someone who didn't know what a Freedom Express was until yesterday. No. Nothing, Your Benevolence. Now then, Your Benevolence, a divination seance, if you please. Very well. Nina, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
The victim's Fatima has spoken. The divination seance is complete. Another clearly incriminating seance vision. You accused dons the secret robe of Lady Kira and then attacked the victim. I disagree. The figure of Lady Kira lit against the dim lantern light. I disagree, Your Honor. The scent of incense grows ever more potent as she drew near. One can almost sense the horror the high priest must have felt. The facts, as presented by her benevolence, are indisputable. I disagree. That was not me. That couldn't have been any clearer. Looks like I'm in for another uphill battle. The accused committed this vile act during our ancient tradition, the purification rite. Come to think of it, the Wright's Guide explains the multi-part purification rite in detail. You know what? Let's take a look, shall we? The purification rite is a three-part ceremony held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Pony Pony. It begins with the transformation rite. The high priest reads scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. Next is the rite of water, in which the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends with the rite of fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The two then devote themselves to prayer until the rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. So basically, the whole thing is a fancy way for Lady Kira to take a bath once a year. It must be nice to be her. Lady Kira returns to Battle Rebels. The Lady Kira-like figure that appeared 2 years ago remains a mystery. Some town elders see her as Lady Kira in the flesh. Such rumors are fueling the enthusiasm for today's purification rite. The thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum to the Plaza of Devotion until yesterday has melted. The rite can go on as planned. We give thanks to the blessing of the Holy Mother and Lady Kira. Escape prisoner alert. police are asking the kingdom's subjects to be on the lookout for a male insurgent who escaped from Royal Penitentiary number 4 yesterday. The transformation rite. The high priest reads scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira. The rite of water. Lady Kira enters the spring, and the high priest purifies her along with her dagger. The rite of fire. The priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. It seemed that the murder occurred during the transformation rite. The rite dictates that the high priest stand in front of the spring. Therefore, the accused must have attacked him from the direction of the broken lantern. Of course, because I know that my client is innocent. I managed to pull it off last time with a Lima. I just have to do it again. Yes, I do, Your Honor. I do intend to find fault with our benevolence's insight, yes. Yet again. Someone who's a real piece of work, so to speak. They can call me anything they want. The only thing I care about is uncovering the truth. Am I foolish enough to risk my life to find the truth? Yes, I am. Insights of the truth? I disagree. Insight. Rayfa's insight. Everyone, I'm cutting it off for now. I might be back tomorrow. I might be back later. If not, I'll probably be back for tomorrow. I'll probably have a lot more time to play tomorrow. If not, then most likely Sunday. Everyone, it's been a Sailor's Hero Death 99, aka the Black Cobra, and I will catch you next time. Till next time, sayonara.